Engineer Dr. Lee Biwa.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Chinese, please. 现在的网络时不时会有人做出看似错误的举动，然后被人肉搜索，个人资料被放上网，然后他们的住家、工作场所或者电话被人骚扰。很多时候，被搜出来的人根本是另外一个人。就算真的是那个人，我们也不可以去骚扰他。如果每个人不喜欢别人的举动，就可以去伤害他，那我们跟原始社会有什么不同？而且跟他们同住的人，包括老人和小孩，也同样会被骚扰，这样公平吗？新加坡是世界上第一个立法禁止公开人肉搜索资料的国家，我感到自豪，也借此提醒大家，上网要小心，不要公开个人资料和地点。Sir, this bill criminalizes publishing online identifying information of others, such as full name, address, phone number, etc. This is also known as doxing and often leads to harassment and harm of individuals in real life. Doxing is certainly not a foreign concept to Singapore's cyberspace. There are communities and forums dedicated to CSI, a term they use which refers to investigating the victim and publishing his or her personal information online. I am proud that Singapore is the first country to make the act of doxing a criminal offence. We have had our own incidents of social vigilantism gone wrong incidents. When netizens tried to identify the perpetrators in a viral video of a young couple bullying an elderly man at Toa Payoh Hawker Centre, they wrongly identified them to be employees of a local bank. This information, along with the couple's pictures, was circulated, and people even threatened to boycott the bank. Eventually, it is found to be a mistake. Even if the people are correctly identified, harassing and harming them is never justified. If someone has done something objectionable, we can deal with it through our laws. But we cannot allow people to harass them in real life. That is like taking justice in your own hands, no different from secret societies or prehistoric villages. Regardless whether the target of doxing was innocent or guilty of the allegation against him, the consequences of doxing can be disproportionate and may plug the victims for life. There is the saying, the internet never forgets. When information goes viral on the internet, even if you remove the source material, the other people who have seen it would have remembered it and even make copies to share it around. Even when clarifications are made, these may never reach the people who have seen the original mistaken source. John Ronson's book, So You Have Been Publicly Shamed, documents the stories of doxing victims who continue to live in fear of harassment and prejudice even years after the doxing happened. Some of them had their employment prospects hurt. Others continue to face harassment. Most of them had not actually hurt anyone or committed crimes to deserve all this. And those innocent people who live with them, including elderly and children, are put through hell too. Not everyone who gets doxed is even suspected of doing something wrong. There are whole accounts dedicated to taking pictures of women without consent and talking about them in a sexual way. For some women, people have found their social media accounts, and from there, their personal information, and harass them in real life. So I hope more can be done to educate individuals to be careful with their personal information and photos. This includes having the correct privacy settings for information like home addresses and phone numbers on social media accounts, erasing location information on photos when sharing them on social media, and not sharing compromising photographs and information publicly or with people they don't know well. Social vigilantism has been referred to as a perilous form of justice. In fact, I wonder if it can even be considered a form of justice when it simply creates chaos and fear in many cases. I urge all those who truly value justice to consider joining the police force, where you can put your CSI skills to good use. There is no need to take matters into your own hands and risk causing irreversible damage to innocent lives in the process. What I have spoken is online harassment. Now I would like to highlight another type of harassment, that is harassment by ex-employer using WhatsApp and emails. I would like to share with you a real case that my resident is going through. I received an email from my resident asking for help, and subsequently I met up with her in MPS. She looked like in her late 20s, and she told me that she got her new job through her friend. And this company is dealing with blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. So her job is to sell cryptocurrency to as many customers as possible. So she has to do a lot of networking, have to see many customers. So on the first day of her work, her boss added her into many WhatsApp groups. She felt rather uncomfortable. She wanted to quit, but she was persuaded to stay on. Then 2 weeks into the job, she decided to quit because she found out that her boss hire and fire, and there's a lot of people being fired before she was hired. So she sent an email to her boss to inform her boss that she wants to quit with immediate effect. Her boss replied, okay. So she stopped working the following day. Soon after that, she has been receiving WhatsApp messages and emails from her ex-boss. Her ex-boss said, I agree to your resignation, but I disagree to you without giving notice. So you have to pay the company 1 month. She has been working there for 2 weeks and she was not paid. And according to her, in her employment contract, during probation period, she needs to give only 1 week notice. So she has been bombarded with WhatsApps, emails, and even her personal details, her employment contract was circulated to her ex-colleagues. And just a few days ago, on the 2nd of May, she received one more email. Her boss told her that he is taking her for legal action. And in order to do that, he had to deliver a notice to her personally and keep asking her when can he visit her at home. And mind you, she has left the company for 6 months. So I would like to ask SMS, is this harassment? Can this bill help victims like my resident? It is very painful to see young ladies being harassed, being tortured like this. And she is not the only one. I have seen several similar cases, and so happen that they are young, beautiful ladies. Sir, I support the bill, and I hope you will put a stop to all this harassment. Thank you.